Welcome, everyone, once again to the world of Cairne.
Good evening, everyone.
Wow, it is good to be back once again. Thank you for sticking around. I know we're a little behind time today, but real life is real life.
Real life do be hitting.
It do. But we're here for you now, and that's what matters. Like a good neighbor, Featherfall TT is there. Okay, sorry, that was terrible. But yes, we are here. Would anyone like to do a recap? Anyone? You don't have to.
Let's see. We began the previous session trekking onwards from the collapsed ruins of the former Elven embassy here beneath the mountains. It was heavily overrun by fungus, and we had collapsed it by killing the fungus. So, whoops, our bad. It just looked like it was trying to eat us is all. Moving on from there, pretty much more fungus, although it grew more attractive the further we got away from the building. We saw some of our old friends, the Brittleskins, out in the bushes, keeping an eye on us. We passed through several interesting locales. There was a rather gorgeous tunnel of slightly luminescent mushrooms that I have my suspicions about, but those suspicions have yet to be clarified on. We reached the royal family's small shrine. I think it was a shrine.
The sanctuary of the queen.
Sanctuary, there we go. So this was the real deal, guarded by the spirit of, well, somebody who probably worked with Az back in the day. A little bit of negotiation mediated by Listener. We got him to stand to the side. Everybody else walked through. And we found ourselves at the entrance to maybe the Temple of Shah? It's a little bit up in the air right now. But what's definitely true is there was a giant skull that was absolutely ordering us around, a bit like a goddess. And Az, being a little whacked in the head at the time, was definitely responding as if, oh no, this is 100% Shah. Why would you question this? Don't be silly. Shah seemed to want the rest of us dead. Having been led further into the temple, we arrived in our current locale. A large open space with stairs in the back leading up to a black gate, which is a particular sort of spiritual/geographic feature of the world where reality is worn somewhat thin and the howling void beyond begins to peer through. Not good. Don't do this. We are also at some variety of nexus. What did you call it, Church?
I believe it was the empathic nexus.
Empathic nexus. Which is likely related to the skull, quite possibly the spirit of the goddess Shah. Working theory. There are shades pouring out of the Black Gate. They are very, very difficult to kill unless you kill the one specific originating shade, which at the moment Master Miss is hunting for. Rather, I should say Genesis is hunting for.
And Phaedra Cadence is pretty much killing all of them while we're working.
We do have some backup here, some unbelievably powerful backup, which is good. The thought stream is going. Listener is basically just cranked open the valve for spiritual power to create a small buffer zone, preventing the shades from getting through for the moment. Az has snapped out of it and is doing Az things, and has just asked what he truly believes to be the remnants of the goddess Shah. What would you have me do?
Yes, and worthy of note, Saoirse has been playing her music and calming the goddess Shah, or supposed goddess Shah. So that's how we have been able to have these conversations with her amicably. And Saoirse has given her, like, messages of the journey that they have been on with the somnambulist prophecy. So she is big mad at what the races of Cairn have done to the world, and Saoirse has informed her that we are trying to fix this shit. So
Except for me, I got all the OM off the hook.
yeah.
We're good. We're babies.
Babies.
Cannot be blamed for anything. Other important events. Our boy Wilhelm is currently trying to concoct on the fly a grease of some kind, which will help us repel the shades, which would be helpful, because there is every chance that I am going to run out of juice to maintain this barrier before we're done with this encounter.
Yeah. And he did that at great risk and
Great personal risk.
No small amount of damage as well.
Yeah, that scar's gonna last.
But that's Wilhelm, the self-sacrificing hero that he is. So, I think that actually brings us up to speed.
Yeah, I hope we're there.
A good recap, as always. And
Glad
so,
to provide.
as had just asked, what would you have me do to the goddess? Correct?
Yeah, that's where we cliffhangered.
All right. So, I take it you're looking directly at the skull when you ask this, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, once again, the mighty feminine voice echoes through the hall. As I've said before, it is an overwhelming sound of both volume and presence. And the skull turns slightly towards you and says, "Honor your vow."
Gulp.
So, while you're digesting that, the shades are still pouring out. Phaedra, you can see that blue flaming blade that she's got. Just a whir in front of her, just this blazing blur. As bolts of power shoot out from her outstretched hand, and the sword slashes through shadow, cutting it up into pieces that just almost break off into cindering bits of flame and then dissipate around her. To watch her move is superhuman. Like, it is really fast. You can't even really follow her hands when she gets going, but there's still this strange grace to it. She's not even really paying attention to you guys right now, but she's also not breaking a sweat. For many reasons. However, they are the ones she can only do so much, and the ones that do get past her are, of course, bouncing off your buffer, and you can feel them hitting the buffer every time they do, listener. And it's a little bit of a drain as the impacts happen, and you repel them away. I think we determined.
I had either 3 or 4 rounds before I had to start rolling.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go with that.
I forget what roll you were going to use. I'll leave it up to you.
I think we had you roll.
It's like my spiritualist skill, which is int.
Yeah. We'll go with 4. That's fine. That sounds like a good number.
It'll be fine.
Rock
This is
and
going probably longer than 4 rounds.
Possibly, yes. All right. Oh.
little order we've been going in since we didn't exactly do initiative or anything.
That's right. Good call. Nice. All right. So, were we on Az's turn?
Yes.
Yeah, that would have had to been Az's turn.
Okay. And you haven't taken an action yet, Az. You just asked the question. So we'll start with you. What would you like to do?
I think I might respond.
Go ahead.
I think we're gonna go with. My love, do you remember that day you gave me these marks? And I run my hand over my face. You said something on that day. Do you remember what it was?
This is a test, isn't it? And that's me, the DM, not the goddess. Are you testing to see if she knows an intimate thing that only the goddess would know?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But it was kind of the vow.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Once again, the voice booms and says, "Do not test me, mortal, for I was there when the world was in its genesis. I made it, and I made you.
Is that even true?
Are you asking?"
No. The listener's not asking. That was me speculating because I do not remember the creation myth for Cairn quite as easily. Would Shaw have even been there, or would it have just been the antecedent mother?
It was the antecedent mother.
Actually, no.
Really?
It was the children that created Cairn.
Oh, okay. I got that part wrong.
That's
That was
right.
what I could not remember.
Yeah, the children created Cairn. They created Cairn after tearing apart and devouring the antecedent mother.
She also kind of tore herself apart, so technically it was all 7 of them.
Yeah,
if we're
yeah.
being technical about it.
She did play her role. That's true.
Yeah, because I think like part of like what she ripped off sort of became like different features of Cairn, and then like her 6 kids just sort of went in and shaped it more. So it was
Yeah.
kind of all of them.
Except for that one tiny pit that became the Sahahimu.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. There you go. Sorry. As I'll let you respond one more time, but then we'll move.
All right. It was on that day you told me that one day I would betray you. And I refused vehemently with every beat of my heart. I refused to believe that I could ever betray you. But I see the truth now. It is not that I will betray you. It's that you have betrayed you. And I must stand against that.
Interesting. And good.
Ooh.
Good response. I tell you what. Do me a favor, just roll a d20.
Yeah, okay. Those are fun.
We love rolling d20s around here. Oh, look at that.
Hello.
Wow.
He loves rolling them.
Wow. Okay.
Yet again, we've hacked the system.
It's just, this is his karmic balance for becoming like a fated to die form of werewolf.
Wow, nat 20. Okay, so deep within the sockets of the eyes, the light that burns there, like fading embers, begins to pulse and glow brighter and brighter. And the structure you're in begins to tremble and shake as debris and dust begins to rain down around you. Phaedra kind of looks up in mid-swing, taking an assessment of what's going on. The shades are still pouring out, and the skull begins to drift forward, still attentive on you as moving in slowly. So I'm going to go through a round. We're going to see what everyone's going to do as a reaction.
Okay.
Starting with listener.
It's drifting towards us, right?
Yes, and it's you get the sense it's mad.
So, real quick, just because on listener's turn, I want Saoirse to say something in a thought stream to listener.
Okay.
Saoirse is going to tell listener, listener, pull Cindy Faye's letter out of my backpack.
All right. I'll reach over and do this. It's hopefully not too much of a time-consuming thing.
Okay. No, I'll give you that. That's fine.
You might want to wait, though. They seem to be having a personal moment right now. Over my connection, because I do have the open telepathic connection to the entity.
Yes.
What am I picking up?
From the entity?
Yeah.
Goodness, it's rage. Yeah, it's definitely rage.
Even with Saoirse's calming song.
Oops.
As?
Mm-hmm.
I hope your many years have given you a silver tongue. There is a super limited amount I can do right now without dropping this buffer.
Yeah, this is true.
In terms of practical effects, I consider it to be consuming my action to keep pouring this out. This is sort of a concentration situation.
I'll let you double down on point expenditure to do more.
Honestly, I am not going to... I don't think listener would think he could hold this off by force. The shades are enough trouble. I'm not going to jeopardize holding the shades off the party just to see if I can also contend with the skull.
That is honestly perfectly fair.
So what I will do is try to monitor the skull's mood, its emotional responses, and specifically make sure Az is picking this up over the thought stream.
Okay.
Because, I'm good with the dead generally, but this is a very personal moment.
That's fair.
And I think it might be best to let him work this connection that they have had. And also possibly to have to wrestle a big skull.
Okay. So just kind of let it go from there?
I'm gonna let it rock. I have cautioned Az. I'm giving him as best of a read on the skull as I can. But it is to the fates now. Yes, which was hunting for the original shade, the key shade amongst the crowd.
We'll give it a roll too, just to be fair.
Mm.
Let me see here. Okay, yeah, still not finding it.
No, that's not enough.
All right. Saoirse.
All right, so Saoirse is going to double down on the calming song with both her lyrics and her violin playing. And she is going to sing a brand new message. And that is, she wants to tell the goddess Shah that Az is on the same mission with the rest of the party, and that we were instructed by the goddess Sinufe to follow the instructions of the letter that she had given us to potentially right the wrongs that have been done to Cairn, and that they made a promise to Sinufe that they were going to do this. They were going to work to right the wrongs of Cairn. And Saoirse would like to ask the listener to hold out the letter. Or ask the listener to unfurl the letter and hold it up.
Okay.
I can hold the letter up. I can also just send an image of the letter
Your call. Whatever
over
you want to
the
do.
thought stream.
You have it in hand.
Yeah. Saoirse thinks that, folding out the letter will be, more impressive because we actually have the thing with us, you know? Maybe if you want to, you can send the, visual of the moment to her.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. All right. Saoirse, give me an ability roll.
Performance?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, there's been something that we've been forgetting about.
Yeah. Very true. Go for it.
So, alrighty then. $26.
26. Okay. It's a solid roll. Okay. You see a slight pause in the movement as the eyes kind of focus in on the letter. You can see the flame moving around in the socket. It kind of shifts over and focuses in on the letter. And there's a slight pause in the movement. The room is still shaking and quaking. And the skull stops for just a moment, but then continues to drift forward. You're not sure of the outcome. I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay. But she still wants to apply the calming effect as well, on top of the convincing with her lyrics, so,
Yeah, no, that's no problem.
Yeah, just putting that out there. She's still trying to apply the calming effect.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. No problem at all. Also a good roll.
Thank you.
Anything else for you?
And that's it.
All right, Wilhelm, you are up.
Alrighty, this should be third and final, hopefully, round of building the protective essence.
All right.
What would you like? Would you like me to do?
What were we rolling for this? Was it survival or medicine?
I believe the first was there was a medicine, there was an arcana. This should be actually. I've now got the physical essence.
Yeah.
I need to basically add it into a protection. So I don't know, nature maybe? Survival?
Let's do survival, just because it sounds good.
Alright.
And you're skilled at everything.
Maybe.
24.
Hey.
All right. So you make the final blend, Wilhelm. You're hurting, kind of wincing as you move certain ways, but you have that benevolent focus. Your mind is just razor sharp at the moment. And you get this final blend together, and the substance in your phial just fizzes and smokes and sputters. And you can feel the glass kind of tremble and shake a little bit, and then it settles into this thick black liquid.
So is it a one-time? How many uses do I get out of what I've made? Just one, or can I use it multiple times before I exit?
What do you want to do with it? Let's say that specifically.
If I wanted to give it, like, put it on people to have active coating.
Okay. I tell you what. We'll leave it to chance, and I don't mean Lord of Chance. Give me a. Let's do a D6. Give me a D6 roll.
Alright.
Alright. So you have enough to protect 4 people. Temporarily. You're not sure how long it'll last, but... Yeah, you have a strong sense that you could protect 4 people with this.
Alright. And that I'll start applying it next round. That, I think, is a round's worth of action to completing it.
Sure. No, that sounds completely fair.
Yeah.
Alright. Az, you're up.
Okay. Spooky skull. Trying to intimidate me.
Remember, Saoirse just went to bat for you, saying that we're out here, like, you know, doing this for the goddess Sinufe. Trying to help her.
This is true.
So you got, you know, one person, i.e. listener, telling you to, you know, don't screw this up, she Angie. And then Saoirse out here going to bat for you, so...
But the rest is up to you.
Okay. I'd like to reach out and touch Shah's power with my siphon.
Okay.
Is it the same as I'm used to?
Is this just like
Or is
testing?
there something a little... I'm testing it. Is there something a little more there? Is it exactly what I'm used to? Is it like
It's
her but twisted? Like I wanna feel her like essence.
okay.
I guess. Like
This is the
Like,
old
I
stuff.
am
This is the
very familiar
original
with the-
vintage.
like with what this should feel like. Like, you know.
Give me. Goodness. Maybe an Arcana roll. I hate using all these old skill systems. I tell you know, because you probably have a terrible Arcana score, don't you?
I do.
That's a really good roll for a flat 0 Arcana bonus.
Yeah. What's your artist's ability? Is the score? What did we decide that was?
I have no idea.
I think you... Did you go with charisma?
I think it's charisma.
Okay. What's your charisma score?
It's a 0.
Okay, it's a 0.
No,
Womp
that couldn't
womp.
have been it then, because you had a pretty good bonus to all the artist stuff you did.
Yeah, what's your proficiency bonus? How about that?
It's 4.
4. Okay, so let's add 4 to that,
All right.
bringing you up to a 20. So you reach out tentatively, just to feel, and whereas at one time the essence of Shah was milk and honey, right? It was a warm, flowing comfort that made you feel connected to the world around you. You feel like you've just dipped your hand into a fish tank that's been left for like a year untouched, and all the fish have died in the water and just been left there. it's wrong. It makes you just it's revolting to you. You're not sure if it's her but changed, but it's definitely not what you're used to. As you reach out with this, you kind of see that glow in Phaedra's eyes kind of turn and kind of give you a side eye over her shoulder, and the corner of her lip kind of curls up in a smile. She's still just steady going at it. It's almost like she's on autopilot with her hands and still looking back at you.
Curiouser and curiouser. I'm wondering if I could try to I wanna like just I wanna take it. I wanna take it all. I wanna
He's
just,
about that life.
we're just
You're
I
gonna
understand what she needs from me.
you're gonna try and draw power.
I'm going to attempt to draw the corruptive energy from her to relieve her of the burden. An attempt to
Try to bleed it out.
soothe or redeem her soul effectively. Like I want to take the bad but leave like what should be good. Like I will take this for her.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Goodness.
The burdens of the dead can be very heavy, as.
So
This one the world needs.
so
Listener will not.
you're and as an artist, I want you to describe to me visually and physically how you're doing this. Remember, you're manipulating energy physically, drawing it. So explain to me how you want to do this.
Oh, okay. Here's the ancient Galdawina 72 step like combat kata. And it's flowing movements and rapid twirls and lots of flourish.
Are you bringing out the glaive and everything?
As enough power like is siphoned in, I think so. I think we're
All right.
I think we'll turn it all on as we pull it in.
All right. So, goodness. This should be interesting. All right, so here's what we're going to do. As you begin the kata this round, okay, you've reached out, you've kind of felt the power, and you've made the decision what you want to do. You begin the process, the 72-step Galdawina kata of ancient days. All right, so Az begins to dance and move, and you can feel power starting. Everyone in the area can feel it, and the building begins to rumble and shake even more. All right, so you're moving this time. You're going. We'll get more detail as we go. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listener,
Yes.
what are you up to?
As is on one. I might be able to have a better sense than he does of exactly how fucked the spirit is. Do I think this will kill him? I would like to make an estimate of it. I would like to analyze the spiritual energies he is drawing upon, because he may be an artist, but now he's drawing on a spirit.
Okay.
Even a powerful one is still my domain.
Very true. Give me your spiritualist roll.
Yes. Ha!
Okay.
Unimaginably low. That's very funny.
I will say this. This, even for you, is beyond your scope of understanding, we'll say.
This is, as far as I know, completely novel.
Yes, this is a new thing. Even with your drawing from what you can remember of the collective experience. You feel as though he's dancing on a razor's edge right now as far as his own personal safety. This could go horribly wrong very easily because the amount of power he's attempting to draw from is potentially from a divine source, which would potentially obliterate a mortal. Potentially. But then you're not entirely sure either.
I'm very impressed by this. Listener is very impressed by this. I would like to speak to the skull.
Okay.
Calmly, almost casually. The gods must have been truly impressive in their day, that even these many years later, the last mortal followers will still face the abyss to save you.
Okay. So, you send this out,
Yes.
and you're still in the network, right?
Yes, the thought stream is active for another 8 rounds.
All right. So what you get back is this turbulent chaos of thoughts. This anger and this rage that is struggling like a seaside storm trying to overcome a storm break. And you feel it, like there is a war going on inside, and it's raging against Saoirse's song, and it's raging against the power being drawn from it, and it's raging against your connection, and there's just this malice, this malevolent just malice pouring out right now. And as you focus a thought into it, it's almost like electricity running along that thought stream, the darkness of it, and kind of piercing into you. And I need you to give me a concentration. We'll say concentration check.
Absolutely.
This is to hold the buffer. So
All right, we're gonna see.
make it count.
That's slightly better.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody sees listener stagger, like a step back, and that one hand kind of slowly reaches up, and you grab your head and put a hand out as you muscle through it, and everyone kind of feels a lesser reverberation through the network of what you just felt.
I am the shock absorber on the front of this.
Pretty much at this point, but you held firm. You made your roll. You definitely sense that there is a great deal of chaos going on inside whatever this is.
All right. I have a plan, but it's going to be an emergency plan for if I feel that Az is losing the the fight, basically. It's not a fight against the skull at this point, but the fight to control the torrent of energy he's trying to channel.
Okay.
I have a plan, and essentially my action will be to hold to implement this plan, which will remain secret.
Okay. But I will.
I can send it to you if you like.
I'll keep in mind that you said you have one, and I'll trust you.
All right.
And that way we can, if it is, it'll be a nice surprise if it comes out. All right. Anything else?
That's all for me.
All right. Let's give Genesis her roll. 12.
Climbing up there, probably net like 17 or something.
She's narrowing it in. She's getting close. She feels like she's getting close. This is a hard task, but she's narrowed down the location, more or less. All right. Saoirse.
All right, Saoirse is still playing that calming song, trying to calm the goddess Shah down and trying to, assure her that we're here to help, we're here to restore the world. We made this promise to Sinew Fae, just like, pushing that message with the magic of her words and her song, continuing on strong.
All right. Give me another performance roll. Of course, at advantage.
There you go.
26. All right. Once again, the skull kind of staggers, and you feel the chaos ramp up as it's struggling against your song and trying to overcome it. You're starting to feel like you're holding back the tide, Saoirse. Like you're starting to feel it. You're starting to sweat because, you're in the network, so you're more aware than you normally would be of how your target is reacting.
Right.
You have a lot of insight to how your target is reacting, and you feel like you're actually like physically holding back this tide of rage and anger and just vile malevolence.
Saoirse is a levy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully she won't break like the ones in New Orleans.
Yeah, you're doing your best Care Bear stare right now. But it staggers the skull, and it stops for just a moment before it begins, still slowly drifting forward. You can tell like you're having an effect. You're just not sure what exactly it's doing because there's so much turbulence going on internally with this.
Right.
All right. Anything else for you?
That's it.
All right. Wilhelm.
I am gonna start treating people.
All right. Who do you want to hit
Who-
first?
Who's closest to me?
You're pretty bunched up right now because you're all
As
trying
I
to stay in the
recall-
buffer.
Yeah, as I recall, he had gone out to the edge of the buffer zone to reach out and grab the essence off the shades.
Yeah. He actually
So-
exited it entirely, and then took a hit and came back in.
Probably as Uki or Genesis, who were standing closer to the edge.
Or you. I think you're pretty far up in the line too.
Oh, I'm centered.
Yeah.
I'm generating the buffer zone.
Yeah. So yeah, any of those.
I'm gonna start with Genesis because they're looking out over the group.
Okay.
I feel that they'd be focused and probably closer to the edge. So
Okay.
first one I'm gonna try to treat is Genesis.
All right. So we're gonna do person per round. Is that okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, you're working as fast as you can, and without horribly disturbing her in her focus, you start just kind of, don't mind me, I'm just keeping you alive.
Doctor at work.
Yeah. And I'll assume she lets you because she's not with us yet, and that's what you get for being late.
I mean, in theory, we're all in the thoughts. So
Yes. People can just go around applying salves to you. Not a damn thing you can do about it.
well, I assume she knows what I'm doing. It's like this will protect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genesis Genesis is pretty receptive to what Wilhelm does. Like,
Yeah.
we're all like found family here.
And Genesis does like to stay alive too.
Yeah.
So no, that's good. All right.
Trusts Wilhelm.
Yeah. So no, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right. So as you have entered completely into your kata now.
Yes.
All right. So you see this glowing black aura begin to form in your hands of the glaive. It's just a glowing black aura at this point, but you begin to feel your body shifting internally, like parts of you moving that shouldn't be moving. It's painful. Like your bones are shifting. You can kind of hear them cracking and popping inside you.
I am the Grand Master. I can do this.
All right, all right. Do me a favor. Give me do con save.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you muscle through it. You continuing the kata and continuing to draw in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you muscle through it, and as you do, you feel the connection hit. You assume and hope it's what you're actually pulling from, because you've been a little chaotic with what you pull from lately. You know, I imagine, you know, in character, this is kind of like, I sure hope I'm hitting what I hope I'm hitting. So you feel the connection hit, and it's just like this blast of power hits you full on in the chest. It's an invisible thing, so you feel it. You don't see it, but your muscles tense and you're shaking and you're hurting. Your bones are shifting inside you. You can feel them cracking and popping, and it's beginning to get more and more painful.
I can take it.
All right.
I have to take it.
There you go. All right. And as is in the thought stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone's well aware of what you're feeling. So listener, you're up.
All right. For now, I do still believe in Az.
Okay.
This is troublesome, obviously, but many of the things we do here involve substantial amounts of pain and suffering.
Very true.
So I'm not yet concerned for his life, sanity, or him just kind of tearing to pieces under this assault of energy. I continue to hold my action. I would like to vibe check the skull.
Okay.
Are we making any progress with the chaotic forces here?
Are you reaching out again?
I will take the risk, yes.
Okay. It's very similar to what you felt last time. Every time you reach out, it's like it just snakes along that connection, and you kind of whips you with the black energy within it, the corrupted, horrible essence of whatever this is, and kind of lashes out at you a little bit. So give me another concentration.
All right, here we go. Oh, that one's gonna hurt. That's gonna sting.
Okay. Yeah, that one's a little low.
Yeah.
So basically you've lost a round. You took a hit, you managed to hold, but you've lost a round.
All right.
Which I believe gives you
One.
One more. Okay.
We are down to 1 round of buffer.
Okay. But you managed to hold it up still. But yeah, once again, you guys see listeners stagger back and almost go down on one knee from the force of this one. Anything else for you?
So everything still basically feels the same on the other end of the connection.
More chaotic, maybe. But it's more chaotic on every side.
Yeah, everything is kind of going on here at once.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy flowing right now.
Okay, I'm going to keep holding that secret action.
Okay. I'll roll for Genesis. Look at that.
Hey, that's very good.
Genesis narrows down the source.
Nice.
The source is the skull.
That sucks.
The source is the skull.
That sucks real bad.
Yeah. Source of the emphatic or empathic nexus and the black gate, so we really got to work on this skull.
Yeah. So, she's in the stream, so I'll assume that that gets spread out as well.
Information would propagate.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
So, Saoirse.
All right, same effect, same message, same song. We're holding that levy up.
Okay. All right. You feel like it is similar to last time. You push it out. There's a little stagger in the movement. The eyes shift back and forth, and then it begins to move again. But once again, you still feel like you're holding that tide back, and it's starting to drain on you as well. Like you're starting to feel it, the weight of what you're doing, as you're pouring your heart out into your performance, just giving it everything you've got. You're straining your voice. Your fingertips are just you're violining, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your fingertips are. You feel like any moment you're gonna start bleeding on the strings because you're just playing so hard and so fast and so powerful. But even you kind of feel like almost like a physical weight on you, like to where you kind of step back a little bit.
Dang.
But you're holding. You're starting to get the feeling that if it wasn't for this song, this thing would have been on top of you and doing something horrible. All of you,
Yeah.
So you feel like you're doing good. Anything else for you?
That's it for my turn.
Okay. Wilhelm.
I am going to apply to Saoirse, but I'm also going to ask over the thought stream, what is the importance of the source? The first.
Okay. You can answer, listener.
Okay. The shades will not fall until their source is eliminated. They flow from it endlessly, and in this case it appears that both the source and the nexus are... He sort of, tilts his head towards the skull. This does complicate matters.
If the source is blocked, do they go away? I don't know if you
As
have a chance.
far as I know, this has never occurred once in the history of Cairne.
All right.
Certainly, the collective had not observed this situation, but they had not yet had any chance to peer into the spiritual realm.
Okay. Like I said, then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. And you got Saoirse this round.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and that brings us around to Az. As
Good luck.
The pain is excruciating at this point. Give me another con save, please. Very good. You kind of bite down on your lip to the point where a little blood trickles down your chin. Just, anything to get the internal pain externalized somehow. And you continue through the kata. As you do, and you're not sure if you're hallucinating at this point or if what you're seeing is real, but as you do, you see the bones from your fingers split forward out of your fingertips and begin to curl and wrap around inside your hand and extend out, forming what appears to be your glaive starting to take form out of the very bone of your body. And you can feel it, like it hurts really bad. There's blood pouring out of your hands, but the blood itself even seems to kind of be weaving into the bone shape.
Side-eyeing Phaedra. Out of character.
She's actually still side-eyeing since you said you're intentionally looking at her. She's still watching. You see that little smirk kind of in the corner of her lips as she's just steady, like weaving that sword and pulsing blasts of energy out of her hand.
So is Az actually drawing this out of Shaw?
It's hard to say. Hard to say. But
I love it when my fingers turn into.
I am the goddess's glaive. Parentheses, literal.
Yes. I think this is the new comic book coming out in Japan.
Yep, happening.
Anything else for you, Az?
Nope, that'll do it.
Carrying on?
We're carrying on.
All right. Listener, I believe this is your last round.
Yep, the last freebie. Alright. I'm trying to keep track of Az, obviously. Did that actually happen?
Yes.
Was this occurring in reality instead of just his mind?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, well, You know, life involves many transformations. But, judging by the strength of his role, he seems to still be holding out.
Yeah.
He is very powerful indeed.
Yeah. He's in a lot of pain, but he's holding out.
Alright. This being the last round, I will warn the team.
Okay. Like, hey, get ready.
My strength is fading. I cannot hold the shades back for much longer. When my power fails, I will try something.
All right. Anything else for you?
That is the round. I will hold my action for the same reason, and if, I drop the buffer, basically, if I cannot make whatever check is necessary, or if I just completely run out of juice, then I will enact the secret plan.
Okay. Sounds good. I think
So,
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
would like to interject. I feel like what Genesis would do here, I feel like it would be very in character, especially because, like, she's in the thought stream, she's probably getting the same sense that, like, everyone else is about, like, how Saoirse's kind of holding, like, is being the levy right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Genesis would use her abilities to help Saoirse now. So she's, like, either adding to the calming effect with her own abilities. Like, I feel like this is what Genesis would do here.
Okay. No, I got no problem. I'll have her reinforce you. We'll add. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
would absolutely kind of have an immediate kind of target identified. All right, soothe, and kind of.
Makes sense.
That would be I could see them having that sort of a thought process here.
No.
Yeah,
that
plus, like,
makes sense.
Genesis and Saoirse have totally done this before, because this sort of, like, calming thing, like, we've done this with Nether, so...
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So we'll add a +4 to your roll.
Okay.
We'll add her proficiency bonus to your roll. All right. So we'll say that she uses her own empathic abilities to reinforce you, and that's what she'll do her turn.
Okay.
So, Saoirse, you're up.
Alright, so same thing. Let's add a +4 to this. 20.
20.
Same as last time.
Yeah, you're holding on, like your teeth are gritted. You're kind of singing between clenched teeth at this point. Your fingertips have begun to bleed a little bit. You're a professional, though. The show must go on.
Yep.
So yeah, you're soldiering through your own pain, and you're aware of Az's pain, and you're aware of listeners' apprehension and Wilhelm's anxiety that he's trying to get everybody protected as best he can, and the massive maelstrom of confusion that's slowly floating towards you. But you're holding. You get that stagger once more. You haven't dropped it yet.
Powerful, we're soldiering through. That's it for me.
Yeah, all right. Wilhelm, who's your third?
Third, second?
No, he's got 2 so far.
Yeah, he's coded 2.
Who was the second?
Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Oh, okay.
He's got Genesis and Saoirse so far. Wilhelm, you still with us?
Oh, he might have to cycle.
Is Discord discording you? Yeah.
It is.
Darn you, Discord.
Yes.
There we go.
If I don't talk for a while, it gets angry.
How dare you neglect me? Who's your third?
This. I am gonna try for a third. The skull.
You want to?
Try to actually block off using it as a barrier to keep it internalized, and see if that'll actually block off the source from the rest of them, causing them to drop.
All right, tell me.
You may want to configure some sort of remote delivery mechanism.
Yeah, tell me exactly how you're applying it to the skull. Because it is getting close, but are you going to go out and try to apply it like you have been with your teammates? What do you want to do?
I am
Thing is,
probably.
it might be too big to, like, code it.
I've got 2 doses. I'm hoping at least something. See if I can just block enough to.
Just tell me how you're going to apply it.
I'm gonna apply it manually because I can't come up with a because I don't have a better idea at this very moment. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with what I'm doing.
With your
still
hands?
got the the herb dispensing gun that you were using for healing before.
Yeah, well, I think those are the mist canisters. He's just using, what was it? It's a hand mortar, right?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't think of anything quickly enough, so I'll just go with the gut.
So you're going to run up and apply it manually with your hands, you're going to have to break the buffer again.
Yeah.
Are you going to risk that?
It might be reasonable to apply a dose to yourself before you try this one.
Yeah.
Let's see if you got.
It's your call. I'll let you go with whatever you want.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check to see if I can get that message to me quickly enough to react to it.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's see.
You should be able to. Okay.
Yeah. Then I will dose myself real quickly.
Okay. So you dose yourself this round.
Yes, I will follow the more intelligent plan of action because Wilhelm's not really sure what to do, so he will take this.
Okay.
Nice.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
That works. All right, so you very quickly begin to coat yourself, which brings us to Az.
Okay.
Once again, the pole of the glaive has shifted out to almost its maximum length, and the bone and blood has begun to form into the blade at the end. You're beginning to feel splits along your shoulders and your down your back as your ribs begin to twist and shift, coming out into large spines like wings on your back of blood and bone and flesh webbing out between them. Once again, the pain is excruciating. Give me a con save. You're holding on. Still
He's
working the
tough.
kata, yeah. But yeah, it is very painful. Looking down, you see your feet beginning to shift and elongate, and parts of your legs, like these spiny barbs, beginning to come out. Like I said, your ribs are starting to come out like wings from your back. Are you still carrying on?
Carrying on.
Okay. All right, so you're carrying on. Listener.
Yes.
All right, so you have reached the end.
That is the limit of my point-based capacity.
That is. What would you like to do?
Now, can I draw deeper to keep the blaze going, or am I just out?
You can... yeah, drawing deeper is always an option. I like that we have that as a mechanic, so...
Yes.
It will start hurting you at this point, though.
That's fair. I want to draw deeper. I know that everybody's in the thought stream. I know Wilhelm is still getting some stuff together here. I know I'm defenseless, for one thing. Uki as well. I'm not sure you can describe as defenseless, but he doesn't have any juice on him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and see if I can pull one more round.
Okay. Let's do this. Give me your spiritualist roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad.
Solid. Now give me a con save.
Very good.
Ooh.
Solid. Very solid. So, here's what I need to... what we're going to do. Roll 1d6.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, you are... you take a point of damage
Yes.
as you basically push your own essence out into the buffer at this point. If a plant could sweat, you'd be sweating bullets right now.
Yes.
You actually have gone down on one knee at this point. Your hands are out, and you're shaking with just the power that you're emanating from your form. Your own thoughts. You're having to completely focus on what you're doing, meaning the network is starting to drop.
Yes, it's beginning to fray.
Yes. So we'll let the network go for this round, and after that it will fail.
If I continue doing this, gotcha.
Correct. All right. Anything else for you?
That sounds like it's a lot of effort.
Yes, it
My-
is.
My ability to focus is narrowing. I know I can't do this another round because I need to be able to wield the thought stream for the secret plan.
Yes. Okay.
So, though, come hell or high water, this is the last one.
Good deal. All right. Genesis, I'll say, is continuing to back you up, Saoirse.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Same thing as I've been doing, so add a +4 to this. Oh! Yeah, baby!
Very
I
nice.
wanted...
All right.
I was hoping for that one, so 30 motherfucking 3!
Very good.
So,
The dog is now awake.
so, Saoirse,
Yes.
through the pain of your hand cramping and the fingertips bleeding, through the pain of your vocal cords stretching and straining as you're singing at the top of your lungs, sweat dropping down your face, your hair is kind of coming undone, and the braids getting a little frayed. You're just steady going, steady singing, and suddenly it's like you hit that endorphin high and your brain just locks in, and suddenly the world falls into place around you, and it's like you can sense the vibrational harmonic flow of the universe, and you can see the effect you're having, and for a moment, just a moment, you get a peek into what it was to originally be a Shonakesian on the Isle, to hold the power that once nearly swayed the world against the entire empire. And you pour it out in just a true focus, to the point where everyone around you is inspired. And for a moment, at least for now, the skull stops.
Oh.
Anything else for you?
That's it.
Okay. Good deal. Wilhelm.
I am going to move closer, and then I would like to hold my action to, if the skull seems to get angry again, I'm going to make a move for the skull. But if the skull's calmed down, I'm not going to piss it off.
Okay. Holding your action.
Yes.
Okay. That's fair. All right. As... What are you doing?
On.
Continuing on? All right.
Continuing on, I think.
All right. So at this point, a full pair of flesh-covered, bony, spiny wings have sprouted from your back. The glaive has fully formed, not only in your hands, but you feel like it is literally a part of you. You can feel it. An extension of your own body. Your feet have elongated and now have long, claw-like protrusions that are digging into the ground. There are barbs coming out from all over your body, horns coming out of your head, and in ridges across the top of your head. Your jaw has elongated, your nose has elongated, your brow is beginning to spike up. And the pain is almost unbearable at this point, but through it you're beginning to feel this strength coming into you, as this energy is just pouring into you at this point. You can feel it inside of you, shifting and changing, integrating even. Are you carrying on?
I am carrying on.
All right, give me one more con save, please.
Okay.
Solid.
Tough as steel, old as dirt.
All right. So as you're very focused on what you're doing, obviously you have to be, especially with the pain you're in and the shifting change that your body is going through. Give me a disadvantaged perception check, please.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, as you're going through it, you don't even notice. But suddenly, you kind of, through slitted eyes, you look up and Phaedra is inches from your face, smiling. And she says, "Very good, Az. Very good." And she reaches out with one hand and just slams you in the chest and grabs hold of all the bony ridges that are there. And you feel a sudden pulse of power run through you.
Oh shit.
There is an absolute shockwave that goes through the room. A shockwave of power emanating from where Az's chest was just hit. The bones shoot out of his body. Still attached to him, don't worry. They shoot out of his body and suddenly create a dome around all of you. Just all around you. Az is in the middle of it, just rah, screaming out in pain, holding his glaive as these bones shoot out, creating this huge dome around you. You can see as the lights fade, just Phaedra's eyes glowing and that wicked smile on her lips as the darkness is completely enclosed within. And then there's silence. You guys are all in the dark at this point, like pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fun. How about mini cliffhanger union break?
I'm okay
It's not a
with
bad
that.
time for it.
I'm okay with that. Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah.
It's a good moment.
All right, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. And we're back. All right. So, as I said, the bones began to shoot forth from body of Az, up and out, forming a dome around all of you, so thick that not even the light could penetrate it, plunging you all into darkness aside from the soft glow of Phaedra's eyes. Let's see. So as you were continuing your kata and all this just happened to you, so we're going to cycle up to listener.
Okay. The buffer collapses. The torrent of spiritual energy that was roaring out of listener has now completely faded.
Yes.
He's a little drained, but he knows what must be done.
Okay.
Over the thought stream, you hear, "Excuse me one moment." And then you everybody except for Az begins to feel the thought stream disconnect.
Okay. Thought stream drops except for Az.
Az,
Outside voice.
we need to know. We need to know for sure. And we need to know it now. Cling closely to me. We're going in. What I would like to do, Church,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to bring the thought stream to the skull.
Okay. And
With
you...
Az's strength and connection and my spiritualist powers, I would like to see if we can penetrate the chaos and see if there's even anything left at the core of this entity.
Okay. Whew. Goodness. Let's see. How do we want to do this? So are you trying to forcibly penetrate the skull's awareness?
If that's what's necessary, if it requires forcing through, because my logic here, one, we already have a telepathic connection. It hurts me to use it, but the connection is there, so I've already got a foothold.
Okay.
What I suspect is a problem is the mind of this creature is so large and is so full of turmoil that there will be some distance to penetrate before we can reach some sort of stable center of, identity.
Okay.
The dead can be this way.
Give me just we'll do your spiritualist check. We'll do a spiritualist check on this one.
Here's hoping for good numbers. Do we have any rerolls in the pocket?
I don't believe anyone's gotten us any today.
Nah, we probably don't. Here we go, let's go. Do we have any rerolls in the pocket?
Alright, so you reach out, as you do, timidly at first. You're expecting that recoil that you've been getting hit with repeatedly. However, as you reach out, it's like you're in the dark reaching for a light switch that you just can't find. The confusion and chaos, you're not sensing it. All you sense is Az's pain and kind of confusion. And your own confusion as you're wait, what? I was just there. I
just set this down a second ago. Pat the pocket. I pat the other pocket.
So, anything else for you?
If that failed, no. I'm here in the dark with Az. We're holding together.
Okay. Genesis will hold action. Back up Saoirse if she's still continuing to try her methods. Saoirse?
Still trying because she is trying to get this message through to Shaw that they're here to help, that maybe that will assuage her. So she's keeping at it.
Okay. So, okay. And of course,
23.
like I said, she'll back you up. So yeah, the sound reverberates within the dome, loudly, and it's a little eerie, because you're already in a weird underground cavern and inside this crumbling building and inside a bone dome. You're not sure because once again you're out of the thought stream, and you can't see beyond the dome, so you're not sure what you just achieved. You're still playing your heart out, but you don't have the connection, and your own empathy is only picking up kind of what's around you at the moment. There's a lot of intense emotion around you right now.
Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Wilhelm?
I'm gonna hold my turn.
Okay.
In case the bone barrier starts breaking or something, I will try to do something, but at the moment, I'm just gonna hold.
My
Okay.
terrible suspicion is we've just got by Phaedra.
As
Yeah, what's up?
so the shifting in your body seems to have stopped.
That's good. That was kind of uncomfortable.
It is still very painful, but it's not moving painful at this time. You can see the glow of Phaedra's eyes right in front of you, and of course you have your abilities to kind of see in the dark pretty well anyway. And you can see her standing in front of you, hands still on your chest, like gripping tightly, smiling. And just above a whisper, she speaks to you. She says, once again, still smiling, she says, Azdruzhar, Supreme Grand Master of Spring, Shield of the Mother and Lord of War. Can you hear me?
Can I hear her? Can I?
Yeah.
I can.
You were
Yes,
once
child.
a dedicated servant of the goddess Shah. Unyielding, obedient, and dedicated to her whims. Did you ever fail in your task?
Only the once. But I never faltered.
And how is it now that the goddess is gone for you? Have you lost your purpose and your way?
My purpose remains the same that Shah charged me with the day she gave me my name.
State your purpose.
To defend morality and police the Aether. Maintain balance on the realm. Protect the weak from the strong.
Have you been able to do this?
For very many years. I guard these now on their path to restore and atone for the sins of their ancestors.
On behalf of my patron, Azdruzhar, I would like to make you an offer. Will you hear me?
State your purpose.
We would like to extend to you the chance to pursue your goals, but with a renewed vigor and a focused perspective. One that would allow you ceaseless power and ability to do so, and one that would indeed set forth both balance and the ability to remove the threat of pain, of suffering, of grief, of sickness, infirmity, decrepency, old age, and death itself from those that you deem both worthy and those too weak to service these needs themselves. All you need to do is say yes.
I'm still in Az's brain, right?
Yeah.
As we've seen the like of these new powers. Memories of the frigid north and a certain vampire come bubbling back up.
Ashling.
Yes.
I will deliver my message or my answer only to your master.
Alright. You see her eyes flare a little bit just for a second, and that smile kind of widen. And she says, loudly, where everyone can hear it, "As you wish." As she says this, the bones around you shatter outward. It's a little painful as they detach from your body, swirl around, and then immediately just engage back into you. Picture that for a second. And just imagine that it hurts.
A little uncomfortable, at least.
Yeah, just a little. So, and I'm trying not to go too detailed because I know there's a couple of you guys that the body horror is a little.
Thank you.
Exactly. So, as this happens and the light kind of pours in, the skull is gone. The shades are gone. And at the top of the stairs stands what appears to be a very elderly man, looking down at you with green, glowing eyes. He slowly begins to descend the stairs.
In the back of Az's mind. I knew they'd played us. These pretenders to the thrones of the gods are very tricky.
So they show themselves.
Well, we've seen before there isn't much they seem to fear.
So does anyone... well, I give you guys a chance to react. I don't want you to feel like you're locked in a scene or anything. Anybody want to do anything?
Saoirse's just going to stand there respectfully and watch.
Alright. I assume you've stopped playing?
For now, yes.
Okay. Probably rubbing your hand a little. Ow.
Yeah, this is a little.
All right. Anybody else?
I think I'll look over at Phaedra and nod and start walking toward him.
All right. She lets go of your chest and stands aside and allows you to.
I'm going to perform a quick survey here.
Okay.
Are any of the various spiritual sources of power that I was previously detecting still in existence?
Yes.
Okay, so the black gate is still up there at the top. Can I still detect the skull?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So you are actively reaching out and searching with
Yes.
what? Just your psychic ability or your spiritualist ability?
My spiritualist ability in this case. I'm not looking for brains, I'm looking for the sources of deathly energy that I expected to be here.
Okay. In that case, give me a spiritualist check.
You got it. Where was that a second ago?
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
So, two things. Aside from Phaedra, which with that role you are picking up kind of what she is to a point, as much as you can
Yeah.
understand that, you know.
I am remembering our first encounter and going, yeah, I really should not look too closely at that.
The man coming down the stairs is like Phaedra amplified times 3. But at the top of the stairs, out of sight, just past the black gate, just past the empathic nexus, you sense a presence. And it's similar to what you felt with the skull,
Yeah.
but the anger and the chaos is gone. And all you feel is this overwhelming sense of melancholy.
That's what I was looking for. I need to reach out to that.
Alright. You reaching out?
I'm reaching out.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I have a suspicion of the game at play here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna need who I think's on the other side of that line.
Okay. Do you want to do it this round? Do you want to wait?
I'll do it this round, but if it takes a full round, that's probably better for dramatic timing.
Okay. I will leave that in your hands, because I'm a nice guy. You want to go with dramatic timing?
We'll go with dramatic timing. Let's just say listener is doing this in the background. I might send you some stuff by messages, but in the meantime, Az can conduct his negotiations, and I may interrupt dramatically.
All right. Wilhelm, we haven't heard from you. You want to do anything?
I'm just gonna kind of step slightly to the side and just keep watching, cause we're out of my league.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Az. The man meets you at the bottom of the stairs. You notice his eyes are glowing with this unearthly hue of green. And just being close to him, this close, like, there's this aura that emanates off of him, and you actually feel a little afraid and cold. He's just staring at you, waiting on you to speak.
Stare back at him with the same intensity.
Should we do a staring contest with this particular individual? Because
You look in there, you're gonna see some stuff you don't like.
he might win that one. But no, he looks at you and kind of offers you this mirthless, humorless smile. It's almost like it looks like a practiced act. Something like he maybe looked in a mirror and kind of practiced so he could appear human. And he says to you in this kind of grating, gravelly voice that seems to kind of crackle and almost gurgle in the lungs a little bit, like a rasp. He says, "Have you considered my offer?"
I've given it some thought. Haven't had much time. Kind of put me on the spot a little here.
It is a benevolent purpose. A purpose of extreme magnitude. One that will someday reshape the world in a more beautiful light. One where all life is given a chance to pursue its ultimate goals, to achieve the dreams robbed too soon by death, by despair, by old age, and by sickness, to never again feel the weight of life's most ambivalent and weak temperamental burdens. This is your chance to reach out and truly be the champion that you were meant to be.
Sent you the message over Discord there, Church.
Oh, sorry, I think I'm on silent mode there. Let me take a look.
Happens.
Ah, there we go. Go ahead, Az.
Your okay. As has hundreds of years of philosophical training, we're about to engage in the debate on the nature of the cycle of life and how I find myself in opposition to his perversion of it.
Okay.
But I, myself, the player, lack the brain mass to make that argument. So,
It's okay.
What kind of contested role would you like?
Well, I'm assuming you want to take an intellectual route.
I would kind of like to challenge him intellectually. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
No.
on the nature of the life cycle and its importance.
So, and now I know intelligence probably
But
isn't one of your
that was.
big stats.
It is not.
Okay. What about your
And I'm
wisdom?
Also not great, but I'm okay with this outcome either way. So
Well, I'll let you. Which one's higher? Do you have a bonus in either?
nope.
Okay. Because I want to. I don't. As may not be, and this is once again the limitation of the rules as they stand. As may not be the most book smart person, but he has been alive for a long time. So I'm gonna let you roll with either one, and let's add your proficiency bonus. We'll do that for now, okay?
All right.
Sent you another message, Church.
I see that one. 14. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. So,
Can I take advantage since it's a dead creature?
with this one,
With the roll you asked for.
yeah, I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright.
So as you give your best, you talk about the balance of life and death and how one cannot exist without the other, without shunting the entire reality of the universe into this flow of turbulent chaos because you need one without the other. And that through pain and adversity, life grows. And through hitting lower ranks, or through hitting the bottom, one learns to look up, to seek, greater things, to step up, to grow, to evolve. Unfortunately, he counters every point you make by talking to you about the frailty of life, and how life as a principle is weakness. Life as a basic situation which is forced upon every living creature on Cairne is just a temperamental wisp, smoke in a strong breeze, and how what he's offering is still very much alive for all intents and purposes. However, without the limitations that the weakness of mortality brings with it, allowing you to achieve the very goals that you vowed to never fail in, allowing you to make up for any losses and any failures you may have ever had, and allowing you to truly protect all that remains that you deem worthy of the gift he is offering you from now until the end of time, thereby preserving your way of life.
You think you're old. This guy's been dead longer than you've been alive.
Really?
He's old as hell. He's not even from round here.
Yeah. And I did roll a 19 without his bonus.
I shudder to know the persuasion bonus of a secret power of Cairne.
Okay.
Don't feel forced now into anything. You may make your own decisions. Like, he's arguing you in a way that you're having trouble defending in a debate.
He is actually kind of getting through, I think. I dropped to a knee. Erebus Cain. I, Azdruzhar, the supreme Grand Master of Spring.
Can I do the dramatic interruption?
Yeah, I mean, you're in his head.
I would like to bring the other party through.
Okay. Well, no, the other party's not talking yet. Well, talking, quote unquote.
I'm basically bridging the attention, if I can.
Okay.
With the line that I just sent there, the last message I sent you.
Do you want Az to hear that line?
Yes.
Okay. So
I will repeat it. As while you've been having your chat here, you hear as if in another room, another conversation happening. And this final line actually kind of catches your ear. You can hear it entirely. The dead man speaks smoothly, but I can hear the souls trapped within. Azdruzhar would become another in time. I am not your child. My people are new. He is. Come, Help him. Remind him.
Do you continue with what you were saying, Az?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead and make your statement, then. Sorry.
So, from bent knee.
Mhm.
Mhm. So, da, 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 da. I, Azdruzhar, Supreme Grandmaster of Spring, do here find you abomination.
That's my boy.
And I thrust Shah's mercy through his chest.
We're all gonna die.
Okay,
I
so.
love it.
Oh, you're actually okay. Going to roll to hit too. Okay, are you now? Remember, you the bone went away. So are you flaring it back up again?
Sure.
Okay.
No, you know what? No, we don't need stolen magic for this. From my, the small of my back, 2 crossed axes. The ancient golden dwarven battle axe
Mhm.
and the crackstone axe.
Well, I tell you what. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but work with me here.
Mm-hmm.
You already used the roll, so go with the glaive.
I'll go with the glaive. Okay.
All
I
right.
thought it was still there, but
No, that's fine. Go with the glaive. Just as an impulse, you flare it
as an
out.
impulse. Yeah.
So, with a very smooth, quick movement, as whips that hand forward, you guys see the glaive form as it's the glaive as you remember.
Yeah.
Shah's mercy forms in your hand, and you feel a surge of familiar power blow through you as you pierce the man in front of you's chest, up to the very hilt of the blade. Thump.
Oh shit.
We're still all gonna die, but I love it.
Erebus
Yeah.
looks down at you and looks over at Phaedra, who shakes her head. And you see him raise a hand kind of over your head, and this pulse of arcane power begins to form. You get the sense that he's about to just spread your particles to the 4 corners of the universe.
Oh. Okay.
However,
Is he casting a spell?
he was just about to,
But
Okay.
but as he does this, a shock of radiant light shoots forth from the top of the stairs, creating a blinding glow of soft light, like sunlight just entered the chamber. And you feel him tear off the glaive, like his body, and shout out angrily. And when the light dims, Erebus and Phaedra are gone. And there is the most stunningly beautiful elven woman you have ever seen, shining with a radiant glow,
Shah.
her head wreathed in an ivy crown at the top of the stairs, looking down at you with a smile.
Dismiss the glaive. And I remain melt.
Listener bows.
Saoirse also bows.
I take a knee.
All right. My champion. Would that I were really here so that I might actually be able to bless you for your dedication and your strength in the face of such tremendous evil. You have done a great thing here. I am but a sliver of what I once was, a fragment remaining of light in a very dark place. And while there are some things I may not tell you, in compensation for your dedication, I grant you a single boon. I have enough power to do this. This one time, ask of me anything your heart desires, and I will sacrifice this fragment of my power to make it so.
From a pouch kept very safe and secure
Shit, yeah.
since the mountain of the volcano. A gift from a new elven friend who suffered from a different sort of perceptive reality disorder. Disorder, that's a bad word. I don't like that one. When I
Fragmentation.
yeah, something like that. I received this seed said to regrow our depleted spirit tree. I would wish that you would bless this seed once again with your divine power, my lady. And I will see to it that it is defended this time until the end of time.
So as you lift up the seed, you discover that she's no longer standing at the top of the stairs, but rather right in front of you. And you can feel the warm, sweet, resonating presence all around you. You feel revitalized. Listener, you feel incredible.
He's probably blossoming all of those little blue flowers be sprouting.
Oh yeah.
Wait a second, is this actual sunlight?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
But you feel like not only invigorated by the sunlight, you feel fertilized and watered.
Rehydrated.
No
Yes.
Ogham has been this healthy ever.
Ever. You feel amazing. Everybody may heal 6 hit points up to your max. Wilhelm, the damage you took earlier from the shade
Yeah.
is healed. The lost permanent hit points are healed.
Aw. I don't even have a cool scar anymore. Thanks.
She reaches down, she takes the seed into her hand very gently, and she says, "My merciful champion, I offer you a boon, and you hand me a gift. You humble me. Are you sure this is all you ask?
This is all I could ever want.
And she leans down, lays a kiss on the seed, very gently puts it back in your hand. Then it shall be done. She looks at the rest of you with a very gentle smile. And she says, "And what of the rest of you?"
Well, we're here as a part of the Somnambulist prophecy. Sinufe gave us this letter, and Saoirse will, like, get the letter, like, herself now and, like, hold it out to Shaw. Sinufe gave us this and instructed us to follow it down to the domes of the Shining Eyes to complete the Somnambulist prophecy, and by that, we may take the steps to correct the wrongs that have been done here to Cairne. We seek safety and guidance to get there, so that we may do this for all of Cairne.
Very
The
noble.
promise to Sinufe.
Very noble of you to honor my sister. Does this stand for all of you?
If I may ask of something, I know Az did not ask for a boon for himself, and I don't know if you have already sensed it, but he is beset by something beyond my capabilities. If you could find it to help him, and I just go quiet.
She stares at you for a long time, Wilhelm. And then once again, suddenly, not without a movement, without a teleportation or anything, just as if she'd been there all along, she's standing in front of you. And she leans down very gently, and you feel her fingertips touch your chin and lift your chin up to look at her. The touch makes your entire body shiver. Not in a bad way. It's just like your senses are overwhelmed. And she tries to make eye contact with you.
I will meet her eyes. The goddess Wicks look into my eyes.
Wilhelm,
Yes.
it's an intense experience. She's searching, and you can feel her almost like she's rummaging around inside your brain for just a moment. Those of you who are watching, you see tears begin to stream down Wilhelm's cheeks. Just like a steady stream. Wilhelm, you can feel yourself kind of choking sobs in your throat. And you're just overwhelmed with this weird sense of sadness and guilt, even. And not for anything you've done, but just a strange, overwhelming sensation. And she lets out a small sigh. And she says, "How strange this world turns from one way to another." I will honor your wish, but this is all I have to give. So I entreat you all to carry on, to follow my brother's trail, to seek my sister's wishes, and to find what you seek. As above, so below. Once again, there's a flare of radiant light, and you guys feel this energy pulse out and then contract. And it contracts on you as. And when the light fades, she's gone. You see a single ivy leaf drift down from where she was standing, and then alights very softly on the rubble on the floor. As your hunger is gone, and you are once again alone in an old ruined sanctuary.
It is a tear. Both knees now and just weep.
Fair enough. Also, a solid reaction.
Saoirse's going to pick up that ivy leaf and like gently place it behind Az's ear.
All right. Very good.
Listener is vibrating. He is triumphant. Yeah. Being slightly less disturbed by death, even the death of a goddess, he says, "This is the absolute best I could have done today. I have stolen the soul of a goddess from the dead man. In time, I will steal the rest as well."
So you set to rest a fragment of divinity. Second one you've encountered on this journey.
Yes.
You've blessed the seed of the spirit tree with divinity. Defeated, at least in the short term, Erebus and Phaedra. Managed to cure the Wendigo, or the Terrer's curse. It's similar. And survive the shade attack. You've achieved a lot.
Yeah.
Busy day.
I will say that the Black Gate has faded.
Beautiful.
The empathic nexus remains.
Interesting.
It kind of takes a minute to fade.
Yeah, it remains at the top of the stairs, shimmering slightly, of course, for you.
I approach it curiously if we're keeping going for a minute.
Sure, we got a few minutes.
Yeah. Saoirse will follow you up.
All right.
I reach out to it with the spiritualist powers. I didn't exactly expect that to remain.
What are you looking for specifically?
Well, these being something of a rarity, and listener being a curious sort, he's kind of feeling for the contours. Now that the goddess has been freed, let's say, does it still carry some of her essence? It was previously embodied with her in the skull, as best as he could tell.
Okay, well, it looks like it is weakening, and it will most likely fade over time. However, and this is a unique opportunity for you,
Yes.
because This is literally a tear between the mortal realm and the spirit realm. Meaning, there is the possibility that you could step through it.
I'm so curious. Cause god damn, this is gonna be very bad, possibly. Cause listeners' entire mission in life at this point is to try and get these dead people out of here. It is his firm commitment that they deserve a better lot in the afterlife than simply being trapped here on Cairn with the rest of us schmucks. And I should ask, because this is as yet not clear to listener, and certainly not clear to me. But is it a proper afterlife on the other side, or is this simply the other side of Cairn from where the spirits that I see stare out?
Simply the other side.
Okay.
But it is a very different kind of palimpsest of reality. One that, while it has its own inherent dangers, obviously, also bends the laws of reality.
I know I've been better about very dangerous opportunities for learning. Here, let's watch this. I didn't roll a 20, so I don't think I'm resisting the temptation.
All right. What are you going to do?
I must peek through.
You sticking your head through, or?
I will stick my head through. I gotta know, man.
All right. So listener leans into the shimmering tear in reality.
Saoirse will grab a hold of his hand to make sure that he stays anchored here.
Okay. Saoirse,
Yes.
give me a strength check.
Are you very strong? Oh, you're putting up a good chance.
An 11?
11, yeah.
Oh, not as good.
I had advantage on by accident.
It's all right. Saoirse,
Yes.
give me a disadvantaged dex save.
Okay.
20.
Oh, that's much better.
Okay. Listener is abruptly just pulled through. The moment his face touches it, it's just like sloomp. Saoirse,
Yes.
because you are very quick, very nimble, you have the opportunity to let go before you are yanked in with him. Do you let go? You have the choice because of your role.
She does because she's surprised by it. I don't think she'd do it maliciously, but
Yeah,
just
yeah,
out
no.
of surprise.
That's fine.
No, this is probably smarter. It is almost certainly less safe for a non-spiritualist.
Listener vanishes.
I had to know.
Now the rest of you can see the slight shimmer of the portal.
Saoirse's going to turn around and say, "Listener just disappeared through the nexus, everyone."
What? He should have known better.
He literally has failed to resist this temptation so many times.
Poor listener.
It's all right. We're gonna see how it goes on the other side here.
So I'll give the rest of you a chance to do something.
Wilhelm wants to do something.
Yeah, he's cycling.
Oh, go ahead, Wilhelm.
With tears in his eyes still. the sorrow of a god. That doesn't go away.
Yeah. Fair
We-
enough.
We're pulling out rope.
Okay.
Gonna basically probably throw one end to Az.
Okay.
I catch it and tie it around my waist.
All right.
You going in or I?
I'm already sprinting.
Yeah. All right. As you, what are you doing since you're sprinting?
Sprinting up the stairs, jumping through the portal.
Okay.
Wait, everyone, you might want to be careful. I held on to listener's hand and was almost sucked through myself.
As goes sailing
Man
through.
was mid-leap.
Yeah. Huh?
You guys trust me. I've got this.
So as vanishes, the rope just goes. Wilhelm, were you tied on or just holding on?
I was going to tie on, but I don't know if I would have had a chance to.
Roll a d4. We give you a 50-50. High, you did. Low, you didn't.
All right.
Yep.
High, you did. Okay. Oh, give me a disadvantage strength save.
All right. That's a 14.
14.
That's not bad.
So he kind of gets yanked up the stairs and he's clawing at him, like going up the stairs. Saoirse, do you want to try and grab him as he goes sailing past you?
She wants to try and cut the rope.
Okay. What are you gonna cut it with?
Well, let's see. She
Cutting words.
she has a dagger and a rapier.
All right. What do you want to use?
Let's use a dagger, cause
Makes more sense.
All right. Oof. This is happening really fast. And it's a small target, and you gotta cleave it in one chop.
she's gonna
I-
try.
I'm going to try to, like, I hate to say this, but move the rope so she doesn't.
So
She's
she,
like, no.
no.
We lose it, we lose them. We have to keep the rope.
Of course, he's going.
You're
No,
gonna
no,
get
no.
sucked in too.
All right,
You guys are panicking so hard. I got this. I
Saoirse.
may or may not have this. I literally don't.
Saoirse,
Yeah.
I gotta have a decision. Cut or no?
Cut.
All right, roll d20. $18. You strike the rope. Now, cutting a rope is difficult, so I want you to roll. Let's roll damage on your dagger.
Okay.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, that's about as much as you're gonna get.
All right. You know what? I'm going to give it to you. You sever the rope. Just as Wilhelm reaches the top of the stairs and goes tumbling. Wilhelm, you are cut free at the last moment.
Can I try to catch the rope with my hand? Legitimately, I don't want to let go of that.
Yeah, no, I'll let
It's
you
the
try.
only thing holding Az on.
I'll let you try. It's gonna be quick, but yeah, go for it. Give me, gosh, let's do a dex save. Why not?
17.
Chaotic.
Yeah, no, I'll let it happen. You managed to
I'm
grab
going-
hold. You get
I'm yelling
yanked.
for Uki.
You get yanked through. You get yelling for Uki.
Yes, because I need extra muscle.
Okay. Well, Uki's not here, so why not? Uki goes barreling through. I think she would.
I might just grab the rope too. The two of us body, but
Well, no, you're
no.
you're yanked
You're
through.
going through, man.
that's all right.
Yeah.
I made that decision.
Yeah, Uki will go barreling through after you. She'll just jump through. Which leaves Genesis.
Saoirse
Genesis.
And Belethir.
And
technically.
Belethir, yeah. I think. Wait, what? I'll say Genesis will follow your lead.
Saoirse's going to wait here on the other side.
Okay, you're gonna wait.
Yeah.
All right, Genesis and Belethir will wait with you. So, I think we'll cliffhang it there.
Oh my god.
That is the funniest possible option. Yes.
Holy shit.
I think we will cliffhang it there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. I do want to take a quick moment to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Yes.
Found Familiar Coffee. Once again, it is amazing coffee. It is gaming related coffee. It is geek coffee, and you do not want to miss out on this excellent chance to get 10% off your purchase by using code Featherfall at checkout. And of course, and I might be biased, but this might be my favorite, Skull Splitter dice. The dice that are so metal that even Stranger Things uses them. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. So don't forget, once again, to use code Featherfall at checkout when you do make a purchase there, because I promise you it is well worth it. Thank you to my players for joining us as well. You guys, I think you did an amazing job. When was the last time you leveled?
Last session.
Yeah, you leveled us recently. Yeah.
Okay, I'm tempted to give you another one for surviving that.
Just for the bigness.
Just
I
for the
mean-
bigness.
Yeah.
I won't stop you. We're probably going to get into trouble here shortly.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I'm
we
gonna.
literally got a boon from a goddess.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give you this one. Just based on the way you handled the challenge this evening, because it was a big challenge. There was a lot on the line. I almost got you as almost.
Almost.
Almost. I was so close. But
I still had a trick.
yeah. Well, no, you guys did really good, though. I think you handled it very well. I think it was a fun session for me.
There was
Favor in
always
the
that
void.
if it looked like it wasn't going well.
This is true.
I was prepared to say, well, there's this.
Favor in the
So,
void.
I've never used that because I have been waiting for the very right moment. I know it recharges, but I hate lucky because it doesn't feel right unless you save it for just that one moment.
Yeah.
Hey, no, that's great. That's great. But you guys pulled it off. And you got the Terrer's curse off of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
That was big. And next session should be very interesting.
For sure.
So, once again, thank you guys very much. I hope you had fun. I did. Those of you watching at home, I hope you guys had fun. I think we're going to actually try to raid someone tonight. Someone new. I've got a friend of mine that streams. That looks like they're doing Monster Prom 2 tonight.
Oh, that's exciting.
If you've never seen it, they usually do, like, they role play it when they play it too and do voices and everything. And it's hilarious. I hope they're going all out tonight. But this is my friend Llama Lamb. She's a lot of fun. So stay tuned. I'm going to go to the ending screen and then I'll do the raid. But you guys, we love you. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Until next time.